Okay, so this is probably going to be a big video. I'll try and get everything out in one video. I might have to break it up. I'll try and be as concise as I possibly can to give you as much as I can in a short amount of time. I've never taught a masterclass or done anything like this before, so bear with me. Before I start, I want to say a few things. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Wherever you are in your journey is where you're supposed to be. The decisions that you're going to make, the decisions that you are making, you're always going to make them anyway. So don't be concerned that you're not getting there fast enough. You're not getting where you want to be fast enough, because you're going to get there. And honestly, the slow lane, not the slow lane, but the slow lane, yeah, is the best way to be, the best way to do it, because you learn all the lessons along the way. And it's not even really a slow lane, because you learn more and you gain more and you get more flavor into your life. You get more excitement, you do more. Anyway, direction is more important than speed. So as long as you're heading in the right direction, it doesn't matter how fast you get there. And honestly, from my experience, you can speed things up, you can take massive action, you can use this framework to get you on the right path, but it's going to take as long as it takes anyway, because you've got to learn those lessons along the way. You've got to gain that insight, and whatever the universe wants to throw at you, you're going to hit those obstacles anyway. So the next thing I want to say is, you're not lazy. You're not a procrastinator. There's not something wrong with you. It's just clarity. Clarity in your direction, in your vision, in everything you want is the biggest thing that's going to move you forward, because everything stems from that. And so this video is about showing you how to get that clarity, how to figure out the direction you want to go, and then you pick up the momentum and it gets faster as you go along anyway. And just start, because everything, your vision, your values, your mission, your purpose, everything's going to shift and change as you move along anyway, as you find different interests, as you figure different things out. Things shift slightly. Not so much your values, but even those can change a little bit. So, Jim Rohn says, to start anyway, just throw a rock in the air, and wherever that lands, start there. The first guy that comes along and says, "What are you doing?" You say, "You're the first guy to come along after the rock," and he's going to look at you weird. But anyway, so this is how I did it, and I spent a long time figuring this out. And I went to coaches, I had mentors, and I put a lot of work into it myself and trying to figure out the framework for how I move my life forward. And there's a lot of different pieces from a lot of different places that have all come together to get this framework so that I can give it to you. Get a whiteboard. This is up really high because my bed is over there, and the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is look at the whiteboard. So my calendars are usually down here. Every month there's a calendar update, and I update the calendar, and there's a weekly and a monthly, and then I can see exactly what's going on. The whiteboard usually has to-dos. It's got my rules for the game, savings goals, progress, monthly goals. I put all sorts of stuff up here. Even shopping lists goes up there sometimes. So when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I see is like, okay, this is where I'm at today. This is what I'm doing today. This is what I'm doing this week. This is what's coming up for me. Just so I know ahead of time, just so I can be prepared. And when someone says something, I've also got the calendar on my phone, and we might get to default diary today, depending on how far I get through the framework. So, okay, don't place your value on external things. Don't place your value on things and possessions and cars and houses and how much money you've got. Don't place your value on that, because you can lose all that. And honestly, it's kind of stupid anyway. Their rewards and their results of everything that's going on internally. So if you can afford a nice car, that's great, but that's not the intrinsic value. The intrinsic value is what you had inside yourself to get to that point where you can afford a nice car or a nice house, and that's what you want to place your value on. Don't place your value on opinions that other people have of you, because they don't know anything about your journey. You're the expert in your life. Everyone else is just a hack. So whatever opinions they have and whatever they think of you doesn't mean anything, because they don't know what you've actually been through. Maybe they see a bit of it on social media, maybe they see a bit of it if they know you and they go, okay, I know this guy, I know what he's been through. No, they don't. And you don't know them, you don't know what they've been through. Not exactly, because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that nobody knows about. And people will judge you, and people judge, and whatever they're judging is what they see in themselves. They're judging in you a projection of what they don't like about themselves, otherwise they wouldn't notice it. And don't place your value on your achievements, which is kind of counterintuitive in a way. And I've got a framework for goal setting, and I'll try and get to that as well. Don't place your value on your achievements. Place it on the effort that goes into those achievements and the skills that you build, the soft skills and the abilities that you build from gaining those achievements. That's where you place your value. The things that you build inside while you're going through life, through your frameworks, through everything. So how do you do it? Well, this is how I did it. So I started with my values. Awesome. That's really neat. Oh, you can't even see that. Let's make that bigger. Values. So start with your values. Oh, it's backwards. Okay, I'll figure that out. Write your name here. This is how I did it. And there's a couple of different ways to do it, and there's a couple of different ways to approach it that you can have a look at and figure it out. So write your name here, and in a circle, write all the things around it that you like about your life. So my family. These are all the things that make my life awesome. My son. Spending time with my family and my son. I like music. I like gardening. I like going to concerts. And I like spending time with my friends. Connection. Even some of the material things. I like to smell good. I like nice watches. So image. My man brand, how I look, what I wear, what I smell like, how I present myself to the world. I like camping and nights away. I like fishing. Not so much anymore. I don't do it so much anymore. I like video games. Now, I don't really play video games anymore, but I still like them. GTA 5, still one of my favorite games. Red Dead Redemption. So, all these values. So, around your name, put all these values, these things, and I even called it things that make my life awesome. Things that make my life awesome. So, all the things that make your life awesome. So put them all in a circle. Then when you've got all those things in a circle and you've got them all around, put them into categories. So your categories will be exercise, or not exercise, like health and fitness. So one of my things was like nutrition and eating well, exercise, going for runs. So I put them all in these categories here. Fulfillment. So that's my family, my friends, going to concerts, playing video games, helping people, creating frameworks and schedules for my life. Image. And so this was the nice clothes, the cologne, the nice watch, having a good haircut, whatever. So I put all these in different boxes, right? Now, there's a few things, another way to approach your values. So what do you think about? So as you're going down, so you write all this, put all this down, then you ask yourself these questions. What do you think about? What do you think about the most? And take your time thinking about this. This is where journaling comes in really handy. So what do you think about? what do you read about? What do you like to read about? When you go online, you go on Reddit or you go wherever, and what really excites you to read about? What do you talk about? What do you fill your environment with? So my environment is filled with pictures of my friends and my family, and drawings that my son does, and music. There's guitars around everywhere. There's books. What do you fill your environment with? What do you fill your time with? So a lot of my time is spent doing this sort of thing, working out my frameworks, my systems for my life and adjusting those, helping people, having those conversations, doing some coaching. That's what I fill my time with, working basically, but it doesn't really feel like working to me anymore because it's just something I enjoy doing. What do you spend your money on? So that's a really good indicator of what you value. So if I spend a lot of money on my friends, going to concerts, social events, gatherings, time with my son, there's no expense that I feel guilty about when I spend it on my son. Anything he wants, try and give it to him, whatever he needs, right? And what energizes you? So you'll find there's things in your life that drain you, and that might be, maybe that's your job, maybe that's a relationship, maybe that's doing housework, chores, whatever it is. There's things that'll drain you, but there's things that will energize you. And like doing this for me energizes me. It fills my cup, it fulfills me, it gives me energy. Knowing that I'm helping at least one person really, really energizes me, gives me energy to do it and keep going. So you've got your values. Now this is why journaling is really good, because this all went in the front page of my journal, so I can turn back to it. This was I think my journals are 3 months, so I think the last one, no, it was one before that. It was one before that. So this is a pretty old system for me now. So my values are in the first page of that journal, so I can look back at any time and go, this is why I'm doing it. So why values? Why do you start with values? Because your values are your why. Why are you doing this? I need to write that bigger, don't I? Or maybe I'll figure it out. Your values are your why. Why are you doing this? You're doing this because you want to bring more of what makes your life awesome into your life. You want to be able to do that more. You want to be able to spend more time with your family, more time with your friends, more time doing things that you enjoy. Whatever it is that you enjoy, that's why you start with your values, so you can outline that. And it also helps to bring clarity into what you're going to do. So if you don't know your purpose, or you don't have I think everyone should start a business. And if you don't know what your business is, turn to your values, go to your why and start with that. This will work for everything. So this will work for relationships, this will work for getting a job, this will work for career advancement, this will work for your life, this will work for finances, for health, everything. It all starts with the framework. So if you're not getting where you want to in life, chances are it's because you don't have the right framework, the right systems to get where you want to get to. So start with your values, because that's your why. The next thing you want, I need a better pen. I'm going to change colours. Oh, that one doesn't work either. Should have been prepared. This one will. Vision. This is where the values tie into your vision, right? So your vision is what do you want to be doing with your time? What fills your cup? And if you had unlimited resources, unlimited time, unlimited money, what would you do with that time? What would you do with yourself? What would you do with your time? So for me, if I had unlimited resources, I'd help as many people as I could. I'd get everybody trying to be the best version of themselves that they could be. I'd have everybody getting as rich as they could. I'd have everybody getting as fit as they could. I'd have everybody getting the best relationships that they can, because the more people that can do that'd be the best version of themselves, the better life is for everybody, for the entire planet. And I'm not saying I can change the entire planet, but I want to change the entire planet, because why not? Why not shoot for something massive like that? So Vision. So write it down. So journaling. Again, journaling is really, really, really important. It really be as detailed as you can. So vision. What do you want for your life? What do you want your life to look like? And write it down. I want to live here. I want to drive this car. I want to dress this way. I want to have this much money in my bank account. This is what I want to be doing every day with my job. I get up, I have a nice breakfast, I go for a run, I work out, I have a good morning, then I go to work and do my job, whatever that is. So what is your vision? Be detailed, and your vision will come from your values, because you want to bring your why, more awesomeness into your life. And how do you do that? Through your vision. Now, the next step, after you've got your vision, and you've got it detailed, you've got it journaled, you've got your values down, is your mission. Your mission. Now, so your values are your why, your vision is your what. So this is why you're doing it. Your values are why you're doing it. Your vision is what you're going to be doing. Your mission is how. How am I going to do it? How am I going to make this vision possible so I can get more of this in my life? Now that might be, I'm going to start a business, and I'm gonna help people and make money so I can help people do this. I'm going to use my skills to help people grow their wealth or grow their health. And if you go with evergreen topics like health, wealth, relationships, happiness, helping people feel more fulfilled, because all of this, just a side note, all we're really chasing is a feeling. We're not really chasing anything material. We're not really chasing money. We're not really chasing a house. We're not really chasing a car. We're not really chasing love. What we're really chasing, what we're really trying to get to, is a feeling. How this is going to make us feel. And that's all it's really boiling down to. And then there's a whole bunch of work around. If you feel it first, if you feel this way first, this all comes a lot easier. And you get the feeling before you have the thing to get the feeling. That's probably a whole nother video. So your mission is how you're going to do it. And this is, again, be detailed about this. This is a plan. This is planning on how you're going to do it. Now, there's a little bit more work on mission, on how to do that. So there's another framework that goes underneath that to get to how you're going to do it. I'll erase this whiteboard and we'll be back in a sec.